What's going on, world? This is Grandmaster FAQs, and this is another Partynerdz exclusive. Now, Marvel, and just the fact of Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers 4, there's been a lot of speculation if there's going to be the chance that there's a lot of time travel in the next Avengers movie. Yeah, this can be true, but I digress. And why do I say this? Because, you know, anything is infinite in comics. People die and come back to life as many times as possible. There may even be time travel. But the one thing that's always been a constant amongst any type of comics, I'm talking about DC, Marvel, whatever, is the fact that there's always a parallel universe, that there's always a multiverse, there's always a better version of yourself, or even a lesser version of yourself. Take, for instance, this coming December, we're going to get SpiderMan Enters the Multiverse, where you're basically going to see a bunch of Spider-Mans from different parallel universes. Take Legion, for instance, that, of course, is one of my favorite shows, where Season 2, Episode 6, where David's character is thrust through all these parallel universes of what he could have been, rather than conquering the ultimate grasp of his best self. Or shit, you could even go as far as Rick and Morty. I mean, they looked at time travel as like completely exhausted in any type of script or fashion, and started to do the multiverse, which is capitalized so very well for them, and it's just make that show even much more better. But the thing is, it's always happened in comics, is that there's always a different version of yourself. Take, for instance, this past year, where Captain America, of course, has been a secret agent of Hydra this entire time. That is a different parallel than what he actually is. So, with these brand new updates coming out, you know, and then you see updates where Hawkeye is in his Ronin costume. What is to say that, you know, that Scott Lang entering the quantum realm did not hit time vortexes or time warps, but that he was able to carry himself through parallel universes? And not has he seen the Hawkeye of old, the old Clint Barton, but he has seen the samurai trained Japanese Yakuza that is Ronin himself this entire time. And in order to bring that self into the Avengers franchise, you know, you see these reemergences of all these dead characters, but what is to say that this is a time travel episode to where we've gone back a little bit, and just to bring these characters back into a fold in order to change the timelines? When you see like a reemergence of Crossbones, that's gonna happen recently, and for those of us in the comics know that Crossbones is a pivotal part in Captain America's story, or the fact that Quicksilver is being seen on set. This can only be as much as divergent than anything. It's here to throw us off, but we have no idea what Marvel has planned for us. But the one thing that we do know is that this has to happen. The multiverse is just something that has always been the thing, and just to put it out there, the X-Men has been doing this for decades. There's been different versions of Wolverine, whether it's been the Weapon X version, whether it's been the Japanese versions of Wolverine, where he was, where Daken comes into view, his son, and him living his life in exile in Japan, to where you had those you know, those different, even the fact that Wolverine is an Avenger, those type of stories, those type of storylines, and so on and so forth. Even the Dark Phoenix side that we talked about briefly. But feel free to comment below. Let me know exactly what you guys think. Like and subscribe to this video. Partynerdz Instagram, Partynerdz YouTube, and check us out on our Partynerdz podcast live on Instagram every Tuesday night. This is Grandmaster FAQs. Partynerdz go.
Partynerdz, 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 Partynerdz. Partynerdz.